Hello my friends, how are you? This is Rachel from Sweet Bee Paper Co. And I'm here with a really easy snail mail idea, or you can even tuck these into junk journal pockets. I showed how to make these maybe a year ago, so I will have a more detailed video of me making them with some extra options down below. But I need to send out some Happy Meal and right back to pen pals, and so I just decided to make each one of them their own. I can't remember what these are even called, like little pocket folio things. But I've got 3 of them done. They're super simple, and like I said, I'm going to show you how to do them really fast, and link that other video if you want some more or want more details. Let me show you the 3 that I have done so far. So basically, you open it up, you've got a pocket here, you've got a middle flip pocket, and you've got a pocket on this side here. I'm using single-sided scrapbook paper for these, and so I would grab a pad of paper and pick 3 sheets of paper out of them. This idea is from Lyric Lover Crafts. I think her channel is linked in that other video. I think she did one, because you can make these out of one piece of paper, but I like using 3 different ones. Okay, so here's the other one. This one I know is a Reflections paper pad, and this pen pal loves green. So I decided to use 2 of the coordinating green sheets and this really gorgeous mustard color as the middle pocket here. And then one of the Happy Meals I'm sending out, she likes Halloween. I love Halloween. But this is out of a Reflections pad too, that I got fall last year. And it's so pretty, so I decided to kind of go with the purpley colors and blue with the stars, and I use this light purple in between. So it's Halloween, but kind of more spooky. They're so cute. I love them. I do want to decorate just a little bit by putting their names on them, which I will probably be stamping on some scrap paper here. And so I want to show you real quick how I would do one. So this will be for the last Happy Meal. So what you're going to need is some paper, some glue. You can use whatever glue you want to use. I'm using, I think this is Art Glitter Glue. I'm using a 2-inch punch for the notches. Ruler. If you have a craft mat with the lines on it, you're good. You don't really need the ruler too much. I use the ruler because I was working at my other desk on these during a break. And then a bone folder helps, and I'll show you how, and something to cut your paper with. So honeybees here. Okay, so I picked out 3 sheets of paper. Isn't this gorgeous? So I've got 3. I've had this pad. This is one of the first pads I got, I think. I think I got this from Joann's. It's called the Linen Closet, DCWV. Got my guillotine paper cutter out. So if you have directional paper, because we're going to cut 4x12 strips. So if your paper is directional, say this is up and down, turn it to the side. Okay, so I should have taken these off so I can see better. So I'm going to cut 4-inch 4x12 off of each sheet. Once I take these strips off. So if you aren't wanting to mass make these, you could do 3 of them for every 3 sheets of paper, and then just kind of reverse the order of like your paper and stuff so they're a little bit different. Okay, so now we just need to figure out, and usually if you're picking your paper you already know this. I'm going to use this for the front cover, this for the back cover, and then this one, this blue one, as my pocket. So then the pocket, you want to cut that down to an 8 by 4 piece. So then you will have this 4 by 4 square left over. And so what you can do, and I showed that in the other video, is I actually cut that down smaller and use it on the front cover, and it looks really, really cute. But because I am kind of choosing to use like the scrapbook paper as the decoration, and then like I'll maybe put their name on it, maybe a little piece of a doily, I'm using the paper so I don't have to decorate as much on it. Does that make sense? I'm using the paper to decorate with, and so I won't be using this as the front, but I will be including it with this. Okay, so now your 4 by 8 piece, which is your middle pocket, you are just going to fold this in half. I'm not going to use the bone folder to push down my paper because it's just, it cracks the paper sometimes. So I'm going to use my 2-inch punch and do a notch through the top, through both front and back of that. Okay, so now we have our middle pocket done. So now you are going to take your front cover piece. You're going to turn it over. You're going to take the left side and bring it over to just under an inch, like just a little smidge under an inch. And so I'm looking at my craft mat here. So 2 of these little boxes are an inch. And so I'm going just a little bit under, or you could do a little bit over. I think on the other ones I did a little bit under an inch. So I'm just going to go for that, because we're kind of making a little bit of a hinge. So once I have that where I want it, I'm just going to pull my fingers over and push it down. Now I'm going to take my bone folder and we're going to kind of score it. If you want to use your scoreboard, that's fine, but this is just a way to do it without it. And then run your bone folder along the edge of that paper to kind of score it, and then fold it over just like this. So now you've got this hinge here. So now we're going to do the same thing kind of with the back cover. So if your back cover paper is directional, this is what you will do. Make sure it's upright, put that side down, take the right side and bring it over towards the left and do just under an inch on this side. Make sure your paper is lined up. If you don't cut straight with any of your paper or fold straight, once you get stuff glued together, you can kind of just trim it off. Okay, take your bone folder and the same thing, just really light, go along that paper, create a little bit of a score line and fold that in. So these front and back covers are done. We're going to glue them together here in a minute like that. But first we're going to do our thumb notches. So here is your sheet of paper. So your front one, your little fold will be to this left. And I'm just going to put that in there. Oh, I think it's in the middle. So if you want to ink everything, now is the time to do that because we're getting ready to glue after this. And so same thing on this side. My fold is to the right there. If you want to do thumb notches on both of them, you can. That's entirely up to you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to glue these pockets together. So we're going to do a bead of glue on the bottom and this side. Put it together. Make sure that's glued down. That's why I like the art glitter glue. Already done. And then the same thing on your back cover on this side here. So do the side and try to keep it on your paper. And this side are on the bottom. Fold that over. Now we've got front and back pockets glued together. Okay, next we are going to glue these together. So what I'm going to do, and I kind of discussed why I'm doing this in the other video, because we're going to trim this hinge part down. I'm only going to put glue maybe about halfway up on this side, or the front cover side, on the pattern side of the paper, because that's what's going to stick to here. So I'm just going to line them up, and you can use a ruler or your craft mat. I'm going to turn it so I can see it. Make sure they're lined up and press together. And then I'm just going to close it, press it down, so you can already see how cute this is looking. This paper is so adorable. Okay, easy peasy, scissors. So we're going to take this hinge. I normally let this dry for just a couple minutes. We should be good to go. And then I'm just going to cut that about halfway through off. Okay, so here's that. Our little hinge is much shorter. And now, my least favorite part, just because it is so, it's so awkward. So we're going to glue this pocket to this hinge. And that's why we don't want that hinge to be too long in there, because then it like inhibits part of the pocket. So I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to put glue all over the front and back part of this hinge. And I'm going to take some glue and do a bead of it along the bottom, because we do want to glue this down as well, so that our pocket is a pocket. So now I'm going to take this and just kind of sandwich it on. And when you start to put it on, don't push down hard right away. Make sure you've got it on there. Good. It's a little there. Okay, and then start pushing it down. That is just my least favorite part, because I put it down crooked and had to pull it off, and then, you know, the glue's all yucky. And then make sure the bottom of the pocket here gets glued down too, because I almost forgot that. There. So I've got a little bit of like the hinge kind of sticking out of the top of the pocket. So I'm just going to It's still a little wet. I'm just going to trim that off. And so if you're, like I was saying, if you ink stuff, you might want to ink between like those covers there so that you don't get like the white part between it. I really don't mind it. Okay, there we go. Isn't it cute? So front pocket, middle pocket, back pocket. This is a super fun way to use this paper that we're hoarding. And so like I said, you could put this in the pocket to include with it. I always like to include like pieces of the paper I've made their thing with, in case, you know, because I usually pick this because I think my pen pal will like it. So then they have a little piece of it. Or you could use this if you want to, like I could rip off a piece of this to like decorate back here, which I don't think I will. I think I'll use maybe just a little bit of book page. I want to keep them nice and simple. But you could also stamp on here too. And then you could use this also for like the envelope to mail it in. Whatever you want. So I'm going to get these. Where did I put them? I'm going to get these all decorated, get their names on them, and stuff like that. And then I will show you what they look like when they're done. Okay, I am back. I've got them all done. I even made envelopes for them too. I've got them all stuffed and ready to go. I've just got to write my pen pals back now. So let me show you what they look like, and then we'll look at the envelopes. I'm not going to pull everything out, but you'll be able to see like kind of some of it, because I'm trying to keep it all together. So on the front of this one, I stamped her name. I tried to like do it evenly, and you know, it's a little wonky, but that's okay. I think it's fine. And then I recently got stickles to try out. So I used stickles on one of the other ones too. So I used the stickles on, like the flowers had some like gold lines on them. You can see that kind of here. So I did that around those, and I think it looks really neat. Makes it pop out a little more. Okay, so I kept it very simple because, like I said, I picked out this paper, so the paper's the decoration. You know what I mean? So I stamped "For You." I have these little tiny bracket stamps that are super cute. I found those on AliExpress, I believe. And then, you know, too, if you don't want to order like from AliExpress or Temu or whatever, you could always check on Etsy, because there's some resellers on Etsy. Just make sure you have the shipping set to whatever country you are living in. And so I stamped this little cute bunny. I think I found that stamp on Etsy. Is so cute. For these pockets here, this middle one, this is where I put all of the smaller stuff. So I have these glassine bags that I put things in, or envelopes, excuse me. Normally I have a little bag, but I can't find, I am telling you, I have been organizing everything. I'm not quite sure I have things where I like them yet, so I haven't labeled everything. And I actually think I'm out of bags. I think I'll have to order some. But these fit in here really good, and that, it helps how short I cut that. And then I put some sticky notes here on the back side of the pocket. And then I just took, like with this and this, I just took some scrap paper, tore it up, and stamped on it. And I either did like a sticker or a little die cut. So I kind of did the same thing on each of them. But this one, I didn't add anything else to the front besides the stickle and the stamping, the stickles and the stamping, because I just thought this paper is really pretty. So that's that one. The next one, I love doing like cutting a doily in half and using that on the edge of things. And I did that on this other one with a heart doily. These gold doilies are my absolute favorite. I have them linked down below. So this, I use the gold doily, the metallic on the paper is kind of more coppery, so I didn't want to go over it with a stickle. And I kind of thought adding the gold doily was kind of enough for it. And then I did use the Dymo label maker for her name. If I kind of sound a little off, I'm kind of coming out of a migraine. So, like, my brain is finally starting to kind of work again, but I still feel off, you know? But I needed to get this recorded so I could get this stuff, well, 2 of them sent out. And so, on the inside, like I said, I used scrap paper. I used one of these cute little label rolls. I think these are from Timo. These are so pretty. And the bunny, the Post-its, and then I had this cutout from something. But like I said before, Katie's favorite color is green. So I kind of just wanted to go with some green colors. I love how earthy this looks, especially with this mustard paper. And so I have that piece of it included in here, like I said I would do, and then with everything else. And then I wanted to show too, like a lot of the stuff I had will fit into these little pockets, but I had some papers I wanted to send along and a guest check, and I really didn't want to fold these in half. So I'm just going to tie them to this. But everything else I was able to kind of fold and fit. These were the cards that kind of, I got these, I think, at Goodwill. They barely fit in there. And then I kind of leave stuff sticking out of the top a little bit, like the little kitty cards. But yeah, so that's that one. Then this one for Lori. Love this paper so much. There's the heart doily, the half heart doily. And then I had written her a little note, but on hers, I stamped the bunny right on the paper, and I think it looks so cute. Some scrap paper I stamped on, and then this is one of the laser cut pieces from Dollar Tree. Someone had asked me again how you separate those. You just put them in a little bowl with water, and after a couple minutes, you'll start to see the layers separate, and there should be 3 layers, like 2 thicker layers and 1 thinner layer. At least with the ones I've done, it's been 3 layers, and saw someone do that on TikTok, and I was so excited because they're so much flatter. They're so much flatter. It fits in here so much nicer, and it's so cute. But they are not wooden. I think they're just cardboard laser cut. So that's how hers turned out. I just love it. I love blue and brown. So pretty. There was a pattern that Vera Bradley did. Oh, that was blue and brown. I think Java something. Love it. Okay, and this one is for Tammy, and I love how this turned out. So, okay, so here's what this paper looks like. It's flat. There's no like shiny, no, whatever to it. And I love it, but it really needed some pizzazz. So I used the iridescent stickles, or diamond. What are these? Diamond, gold, and silver. Okay. So I used the diamond stickles on the flowers, on the lighter parts of the flowers, and oh my gosh, it looks so nice. My husband even really liked it, how it looked. So I'm going to kind of move it. Hopefully you can see it. And then I used Nouveau drops all over it, black, and then, what's that one called? Silver moon dust. So it looks kind of bluish, but when it dries, it just looks like silver glitter. And oh, I love it. One of the reasons I really have started to like Nouveau drops and stuff is just that feel of it on the paper. They just feel so neat. So I did the label maker with her name. I didn't add any other paper because I had already went ham with the Nuvo drops and stickles and stuff. And so Tammy, I'm sending Halloween stuff, spooky stuff. And so I tried to do that decorating a little bit inside. That's why I picked this pad. It's like magical, mystical something recollections one. So I did the Tim Holtz. This is from a Tim Holtz Halloween stamp, the poison, mushrooms, and then some lungs. And I got this out to do an envelope and ended up not using it, so I thought it looked kind of cool back here. But yeah, so that's what I did for each of these. And just like in that other video, I'm going to take some twine, thread, and tie horizontally around it. And since I'm including some papers and stuff, I may go around both ways. I'm not going to show it in the video because it's up on the highest shelf on the bookcase, and I've been having my husband help me get things down, so I will have him help me when he gets home. I'm on my lunch break right now on Monday, the 22nd of May. Not that that matters. Okay, so here's the envelopes. I will be posting in my shorts on TikTok and Instagram just like short clips of me making these. I love making envelopes. That's kind of how I got started into like other paper crafting and leading into journals and stuff like that. So this one is, I think, my favorite, and this is what I tell you guys like all the time. My favorite kind of decorating stuff is doing a sticker with like a see-through background on a vintage book page, or not even a vintage book page. It doesn't even matter. It just looks so pretty. So pretty. And then that little star stamp is from Sigelslav. And the daydreaming one I don't think is available anymore, but it's really, really cute. Super simple. And yeah, I just love it. This one I'm not as huge of a fan of. I think I should have turned the bird and had the bird facing the other way, so it just kind of flowed a little bit better with the envelope. And there's pink things on it because I started addressing the envelopes before I even thought I would show them. So this stamp up here is from London Gifties, and this is a Tim Holtz bird die cut. This is from the Sears catalog, as well as that one as well. I love this one. I just love it so much. And I think this is from an etiquette book, which makes me laugh reading it now, but I love how this one looks. Super simple, but it just looks so elegant. And then this one, oh, I love this one too. This stamp is from Peppercorn Paper. You can check them out on Instagram. And then on the back, I have up here my return address stamp. This one, the Travel Where I Cannot Go, and the Hello Friend, the snail mail, and the other snail mail. Those are all from Peppercorn Paper as well. Love her stamps. But yeah, so I've got to get these packaged up. With the few minutes left I have on my lunch break, I will have to do it after work because I've been talking too long. But anyway, I hope you are doing well and enjoying. Hopefully you're having beautiful weather too. We've had some really nice weather the last couple of days. I will have the original video where I made these little folder things linked down below. So if you want a lot more detail and some more options, make sure you check that out. Let me know if you make these. I would love to see. I will see you in the next video. Bye!